Right.
So, again, as a woman, my perspective is a lot different from the rest of you in this nature because females protect other females always, even if they hate each other. It's what we do.
Yeah.
And there have been so many times at the bar, at the club, wherever, where girls I don't even know will be like, "Hey, can you act like we're dancing together so that this dude stops bothering me?" And I will cock block the shit out of anybody.
I've done that for
days.
I've done that for other dudes. Does that make me the weird one?
Mm-mm.
No, and like I have guy friends that do it for me consistently, and like when I was at Bloomsburg for my first year of college, I had guy friends that would throw parties, and like I was in a relationship and there were creeps, and my dude friends would be in a relationship, but they would still act like we were together just for the sake of them not bothering me, which was nice.
And as a woman, if your man was doing that, would you find that acceptable? Would you be okay with
I
that?
would be
Just
totally cool with it. I'm
Cool,
not saying like
cool.
cheat on me for the sake of like
for helping out
but
bros.
the fact that he would just like stand near me or like put his arm on the wall next to me, like make it look like we were talking or something to distract it. Yeah.
I've cock blocked for female friends before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was that the whole
Yeah,
story?
I'm good.
Um.
I can't wait already.
Okay. I don't know if she knows this is what she's referencing, but I was actually the one being cock blocked by accident, and this goes way back to high school as well.
What?
oh yeah, no, it was, and in hindsight, like I actually thank said person for doing it. But I think we were like 16. 15, I did a lot of stuff as a young teenager. We were like 15, 16, and we went to Becky's Drive-In.
Oh.
And if anybody knows me really well, I'm not a drive-in guy. If I'm going to see a movie, it's got to be IMAX, and I got to be in a certain spot.
I love drive-ins too.
Fuck you all. Drive-ins suck. I like movies.
Me and Eric will go to the drive-in.
You guys can go all you want. Stranded at the drive-in.
Hit me up.
I'll find it online.
Label the food.
I'll watch it at home.
But and the movie, like we weren't really into the movie. We were like young and rebellious, and we were like, let's just like find a spot to smoke cigs
and make out.
Yeah, right? No, this is me and it was me and AJ.
I thought you were talking about a girl.
Yeah, no, his mom had taken us to the drive-in, so we're walking around Becky's, and there were just like these two girls on a swing, and I look at AJ, and at the age of like 15, 16. The term predator eyes it isn't really a negative term because they're really just like puppy dog testosterone. It's like you're not gonna it's the mystery. Like you don't have anything malicious in your mind. You're just like, if I could touch her nose, like you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, and then eventually it graduates to the fuck me eyes.
Exactly, and those eyes weren't there. And I'll never forget. Like I slapped him and I go, bro. Girls.
We still slap each other.
And he looked at me, and he had just gotten out of a relationship, so he was in a down spot.
Oh my god! Wait, I know who that is. Oh
yeah,
wow!
This is who we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
I get it. Go on.
Yeah,
please.
I
know.
Okay.
Do I know?
No, I've told this story plenty of times to you, but here we are, and they're swinging on the things, and it's a hot day, so they got like the shorts on, and I was like a teenager, so puberty was full swing.
Your raging hormones.
Yeah, you have no idea. I look at my buddy AJ and I go, AJ, back me up. And he goes, all right, dude, I got you. I'm not going to talk. He was all sad. So I walk up and I think I'm cool and I'm like, and you ladies got a cigarette? And surprisingly they did. I didn't think they were going to.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so they had a smoke and they were like these shitty like pyramid lights, ultra light. Yeah. I took it. I had like 2 drags. It's like, sucks. I smoke menthols. What's up? And AJ, he was always the alternative type. He had like this tongue pierce, the eyebrow.
Yeah.
Killing it as a 16-year-old. Just killing it.
Losing his hair.
Oh yeah. He had hair at this point, which worked even perfectly better. So here we are. Perfectly better. So here we are, and we're just, we're talking to these girls, and, we're just like, well, why don't we go to, like, the back where it's dark so we could see the movie, And,
air quotes again.
Air quotes again. And we go back there, and, at first we're just watching the movie, hanging out. And this is where I lose all track of, like, where I'm at.
Time, space, energy.
Well, 'cause I don't know what to do at this point. I've got, it was the girl and her friend, and I don't know what to do. Because I have said girl alone, and then I have said friend, and I'm like, oh no. We got to the point where we're alone, and it's just the 4 of us. What happens? So I go full awkward. I'm just like, it's a really good movie, huh? It was Despicable Me. I'll never forget it.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah, dude.
I love the movie.
No, now Side note, now we have to go to the drive-in because Despicable Me 3
Right? Yeah,
is coming
right.
out.
Maybe I can just awkward.
100%.
Yes.
100%.
But here we are, and I'm like, really good movie, huh? And she just looks and says, yeah, it's a really good movie. And it's me on the right, girl I want, AJ, girl's friend. You know, and AJ was gonna take the girl's friend while I had said girl. But here we are, and I'll never forget it. You know, I say that, and then a minute goes by. Girl leans forward, looks at her friend, and goes, "I want to make out with the one who has a tongue ring." Plot twist. That wasn't me. Now AJ, who's over here, full testosterone going, just goes full like tongue and everything. And I'm like trying to take notes. I'm not doing this, you know. And there they go, you know, just making out, and literally, me and the friend connect eyes, and I went full awkward. Just looking at her, I go, "Hey, how are you? how you doing?" You know.
That's when you look at her and say.
But yeah,
like,
so
"You got
it
me."
was it was an opposite. You know, I wound up taking the friend, not really. Like I had to talk to her about that's my boy. Sorry, he does this. And then years later go by, and it's gonna sound so vain, shallow, and like misogynistic, if that's the proper word. But like she got real ugly, said girl. So- I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But yeah, so thanks, AJ. Thanks for taking that when we were young, because
Damn.
you know me.
Oh my god.
That's my story.
That's
on that
great.
one, so.
I loved it.
Thanks, Anita. Thanks for bringing that
Yeah,
back.
thank you, Anita.
Thanks for bringing that memory to
So I have kind of a story. It doesn't have anything to do with like being cockblocked, but I went out with a friend. I'm not gonna name his name because he has a certain woman who is kind of bitchy. But yeah. So
They're
we
gonna know.
went out to the club, right? And it's like me and a bunch of friends. And
Can I side note? I hate you right now, but go on.
but why?
Just go on.
Okay. Anyway. So we're all out and we're at the club and we're getting drunk, dollar drinks. Like who's not gonna get fucked up? And so one of us gets beyond fucked up. This is not me, just so you guys know. It's not me. One of us is beyond fucked up and started dancing with this person with long blonde hair. And me being the somewhat sober one, not really, but pulls him away. I'm like, dude, that's a guy. You're dancing with a guy.
What? Catching!
He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, dude, it's a guy. He has long hair and a goatee. It's a guy. and he's like, he's like, don't tell anyone.
Oh, honestly,
I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna say who it was.
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
good
honestly, I thought you were about to talk about Halloween.
friend. What happened to Halloween?
Dude, you and somebody at Halloween.
Me?
No, Halloween, we went to Rainbow.
Oh, Halloween!
That's what I thought you were about to talk about.
I didn't hook up with anybody or dance with a dude, did I?
No.
No,
I think
it's
so.
a different.
I rolled
How
down
do
a
you
hill.
forget
though.
that?
I
know
rolled
that
down a
story.
hill.
We'll talk about that off the record.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the radio.
Wait, what? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I forget.
Yeah, so
I was really fucked up.
that was so funny.
I don't got much of a story to tell.
No.
But at a couple of parties, I had a good female friend. You know, we don't hang out much anymore. But shouts out and love to you if you're hearing this. But she would come to the parties, right? And she's a very attractive girl, right? And you know, of course, that warrants attention. I mean, any party you go to,
Yeah,
attractive
that'll
women
do it,
just
that'll do
warrant
it.
attention.
Mhm.
And,
It
you know,
does
it
it.
happens to be, and she's having to get attention from creepy dudes. So you know, I would of course, being the good friend that I am, you know, you put an arm around her, you know, you grab her by the waist, you show the party, or you show these other people that you know, hey, obviously not on the table.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously we weren't dating. It was just because the people that were trying to aggress her were just weird. I'm not gonna put any names out there, of course, because you know.
I think we all
I'm not
know who you're
trying
talking
to.
about.
No, well, either way, I'm not trying to put the names on anywhere, of
exactly,
course.
you shouldn't, you
Not
should.
my friend, not the people, anything like that.
I feel
But
you. I feel you.
yeah. So that's as far as that goes.
There's a quick question because I know it's probably never going to apply to any of you.
Go for it.
What's the,
Anita.
What's the?
Thanks,
This
Anita.
is from my friend Daniel, and it says, "What's the weirdest pickup line anyone has ever used? Did it work? And if so, what ended up happening?"
Let me take the L on this one. I had used the pickup line one time. Hey, how much do you think I weigh? And they went, oh my god, I don't know. And it's like enough to break the ice. And they chuckled and they looked at me and they go, you can buy me a drink. And I was like, hey, got it, in there. Bought him a drink. And they were like, thanks. And I didn't see them for the rest of the night. So.
Damn.
That was
I have
my
to go
best.
last because I'm going to spin off at the end of the answer to my question.
Solid.
So.
I've never used a pickup line.
Have you ever received one? That was the actual question.
Well, no.
No, I didn't think so.
Thanks,
That's even
Danny.
harder.
Yeah. Have you ever used
no.
one?
Have I used one?
Daniel, have you?
I'm not
No, no,
I'm not
you
Fred Flintstone, but I can make your bed rock.
Oh,
That was
pussy!
times, so of course it worked.
Totally stole it from a song, though.
So this happened actually probably yesterday or 2 days ago.
So
Nice,
recent.
Alex.
This guy slipped in. He friend requested me on Facebook, and
Yeah.
I knew him from somewhere, and he messaged me, and he was like, I know you from somewhere, and I was like, yeah, probably, and he was like, oh yeah, through so and so, and I was like, oh yeah, you right, and I realized that when I was like seeing somebody, I had went to this kid's house to like with him, okay.
Okay.
So, dude's like, hey, so can you do me a favor? And I'm like, what's the favor?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you think that you could text my phone so that I could find it?
Smooth.
Smooth as
Smooth.
fuck. I agree,
Ooh,
right?
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
not bad. So, I texted him and I was like, so I'm making this podcast and I have a question for you. Why do dudes that know that their friend has been with a girl try to hit the same girl up? Like, do you think I'm easy? Is basically what I asked him. You know what I mean?
Not saying I haven't done
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that happens all the time. Like I even discussed it with him yesterday. I was like, "Why do your friends hit me up?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I was talking to his friend, he was like, "Well, guy that you were with told me that you guys were just friends." And then it clicked, and I was like, "So it's not always the friends that are the douchebags.
For the guys you're with.
It's
The
the guy
guy
that
you're
you're
with.
with."
Yeah,
yeah.
If
I
we're-
get
if
that.
we're
Well, you
talking-
know what? That's a rough one. And I just want to weigh in on this one real quick. And it's hard.
We're all gonna win.
Yeah, definitely. But that's a hard one because a lot of the times, yeah, dudes can be assholes. But it's kind of one of those things where, you know, your dude gets a female friend and maybe they're not totally into him, but of course he brings her around the group, then you get to meet her, then, you know, you could see that maybe they're not going to work out, but you can't help but to kind of get feelings for the female that he's with.
Oh, yeah,
The problem there,
absolutely.
the issue there becomes now, of course, he's already, you know, the girl's already dated the dude that, you know, you're friends with. Therefore, it's hard for her to want to really bounce out. It sounds weird, but bounce around the group.
Well,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
'cause
That's
no
the last
girl-
thing.
no
Nobody wants
girl-
to be a toss around. You know?
Exactly.
Nobody
No
wants to
girl wants to be a homie
group.
hopper.
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
Like,
What I was about to
ever.
say. Homie hopper. That's what I wanted to say. And there's, you know, that sucks too because it's one of those things where, you know, maybe your friend got a girl. You know what I mean? And, you know, he obviously didn't know how to treat her. Maybe they didn't work out. Maybe they weren't, you know, meant for each other. Maybe they weren't, you know, good, you know, compatible like that.
Yeah.
Ruins the chance for any homie that'd be like, look, I know you guys didn't work out, but, you know, I would like to get to know her better. And there, it never works out. You know why? Because no one wants to be a homie hopper, even
Exactly.
though you might even be a good compatible,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
match.
Exactly.
You know, and it sucks, but in reality, that's just what it is.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I kind of come off a little dickish, but dated a homie hopper. and so I knew her first, and you know her. Well, you guys all know her, but we went to school with her, and
Do
knew
I?
her, I knew her first, and I dated her. Nick already knows what I'm talking
I know
about.
you're talking about.
I have. Can somebody text
But-
it to me? Like.
But no, you might
Don't
figure it
remember
out.
the
You might
name.
figure it out.
All right.
So like I don't know, we were cool in high school, and then kind of had a little crush on her. Whatever, it didn't happen. So years go by, and then I end up dating her best friend, and then for like almost 2 fucking years, and then me and her, and we break up. It's whatever. I was single for a little bit, dated somebody else, single again, and then ended up dating her. Well, actually, not even dating her. I reconnected with her and started being friends
Yeah.
with her again. And then I was friends. Well, I still am friends. I was friends with this other guy. Like he was cool as fuck. Like he's one of my boys. Ended up talking to her, but they only dated like for like a week. So like Yeah, it was really nothing.
I still don't know who we're talking about.
No.
Really? How do you not know?
Well, because she wasn't
Keep telling the
chilling.
story. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Alright, no
Keep
doubt.
talking.
No doubt. But yeah, so like we were
taking
like,
your chair, which is my chair.
yeah, we were cool, whatever. And then like my boy, like I said, talked for like a month, or not even a month, like a week. And then like they kind of like got up, and I can't say this part because, yeah, but we me and her ended up talking and ended up dating, while like right after she was talking to my boy, and so it's like she kind of like went from me to him like right away, and then we only did it for like 3 months, and I should have like saw the sign right away, and it didn't. But like it's the fact that like, oh hey, yeah, we're compatible, but like we really weren't.
I really want to know.
I'll tell you who it is later.
I'm so confused.
I'll tell you the rest of the
I'll tell you
story
what.
that I couldn't say.
That's something that's, that's the difference to me, is like if you're not compatible and you're dating a homie hopper, then it's just a homie hopper.
Mhm.
The thing is, like, if there's like a chance, and maybe you guys are compatible, that's what I was, referring to earlier. You know what I mean? All because you dated somebody doesn't, and somebody's friend is into you, doesn't make you a homie hopper. It just means that, maybe you were with the wrong person, and then the right person happened to be in the group of friends that you were hanging out with.
And I feel like
I knew at first.
I feel like I really limit myself in that way because it happens all the time, and I hate that.
It's easy.
Like one of the dudes that I was with has a really close friend that I know for fact I would be great with, and I just can't bring myself to do it because of the stigma, and it sucks.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it sucks on both ends too, because not only are you depriving yourself of somebody that could possibly be a good match for you, but you're depriving that person of somebody that could be a match for them. But of course, it's hard to do once again because you don't want the stigma of being a homie hopper.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you what, are you a homie hopper if you stick through with it? You know what I mean? Is it homie
I know,
hopper?
but 1 month curse, hence the title, 30-day trial. So it's like I
true.
usually end up getting screwed over anyway.
That's true. But I tell you what, referring to it as a 1 month curse and keeping it as a 1 month curse, isn't that already limiting your option or your chances for keeping it longer than a month?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
It's almost like saying, yeah, exactly, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. It's almost like saying, I've never been caught by the police, and then sure enough, you get caught by the police. You say that, a relationship's never going to last over 30 days, and sure enough, a relationship never lasts over 30 days.
Exactly. And that's why I'm not doing
an
relationships.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm over it. But, Nick's back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
You're back.
We should do the next question.
We
I was gonna
should.
be so quiet.
Yeah,
what was
we're
that
running
again?
up on an hour so far.
Nice. Hey.
Are we really? Dang. Nobody's going to listen to all this.
Yeah, nobody.
Oh,
and
I
they
hope
listen
they.
to, like,
I hope
3
they
minutes.
do. I hope they listen to the
People
whole
get
thing.
bored and they're like, oh fuck it.
How could you get bored with this? This
This
is.
is
Because there's a lot of us
fantastic.
just talking to a microphone.
All right, so
Thank you, whoever
Nick?
that was. I don't remember.
it's about to get real.
Oh no!
And I'm sorry.
Is this
That's
Sean
the last
Michelle's
question. It's the last question.
Oh God!
All right,
Jesus, take the wheel.
Nick. I need you to give it to me straight. All right, we're friends, and I'm not gonna let this affect our friendship. But Nick has been requested to tell me why I cannot find or keep a man.
Okay. Well, fuck me, because this is.
I will.
Thank you.
Has anything
So,
to
at
do
least
with 30-day
somebody
trial.
is. It's a hard one because I really did think about this one, pretty much since we posed questions on Facebook. So about a week now.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I'm not perfect, so I don't see everything, and I don't really know what goes through your head. But just from like what I can sense, you have such a very strong personality, and you know what you want. And I think for the modern male, that's too much of a challenge. Not in the sense of...
It's intimidating.
No, I don't think in the sense of intimidating. I think in the sense of it's not easy enough. I'm gonna Shrek it. I'm gonna Shrek it and say that, not ogres. You're not an ogre, Alex, but ogres are like onions who got layers. But there are certain layers to you that would require somebody to take a lot of time and effort to get to, and I think today's man isn't willing to take that time because it's all about instant gratification. It's all about what can I get right now and can I make that my future, as opposed to can I make a future out of what I have right now. That make any sense?
Perfect sense.
Oh, good. I was so worried I was going to butcher that and sound
No,
like
that's exactly
dudes.
how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
you used the word intimidating, and he disagreed. You disagreed?
No, I used the word.
You
disagree.
used the word intimidating. So Eric said intimidating. Nick disagreed. But I've been told that a lot.
Yeah.
Intimidating?
Yes, because especially in college, I think that was the major point of me realizing how strong my personality actually is. Once you get to know me, of course, because naturally I'm pretty shy, like introvert. Yeah. But in college, I ended up meeting this group of guy friends my second semester, and they straight up told me, they were like, we thought you were a bitch. Like, you were the pretty girl that sat in the front of the class, you knew all the answers, you were smart, and, like, we felt intimidated by that, and we didn't think that you would want to fuck with us. And I feel like I get that a lot.
Yeah, but I mean,
a lot.
Women are intimidated.
That should be kind of like a compliment, because anything else would be lowering
Yeah.
Exactly.
the standard to you.
Exactly,
Like, you know
and
what I
that's
mean?
exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't lower my...
No.
Okay, I've definitely lowered my
You
standards.
have before.
I have
and
before.
That is for another show, I guess.
That's for another show. I've definitely have lowered my standards before, but now, like, especially with a child, and especially with a daughter that looks at me with this adoration that no other possibly could.
Yeah.
I have to only bring people into her life that I know are worth it.
Yeah, you have to
Makes sense.
discern.
I have to have standards now. Like, even if I didn't before.
Yeah, it's not fun anymore, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, the
You gotta
bullshit
find
isn't
somebody
fun
that would
anymore.
Be a good father figure for your daughter now, because relationship is longevity.
Not even like a father figure, because she has an excellent
Somebody,
father.
Oh, no,
but someone
out of pocket.
Hang on, don't get me wrong. It's not like that. I just want to put this out there, because it's not about like a father figure, but somebody that could, take that role. Somebody that isn't going to be, I guess you see a childish asshole. It's like
yeah,
layman terms.
I get a lot of those, but
that's the thing. You got to find somebody that is going to be good with your kid. You got to find somebody that's going to
like be a good role model
Exactly.
and not be an idiot. Like, and apparently that's really difficult. But at the same time, there is a double standard for me too, because I hate guys that try too hard to be a stepdad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be taken care of.
It's almost like
Ever.
you're at battle with like yourself. I did it. I went full millennial. It's like
Always.
you just in battle with who you are. They're two wolves, and then it's which one you feed.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I mean, it's taken me this long. Like, I really thought everybody thinks they know themselves when they're 18, Like, everybody does.
Exactly.
But it has taken me until
Pretty
this
easy to
point,
find out.
and probably only a couple weeks ago, for me to realize exactly what it is that I want.
Yeah.
And being 24 and being a mom, I've been told this before, no guy wants a starter family. And it's true. Like, most
I don't mind it.
most guys our age, though.
Yeah.
Man, I just got to weigh in.
There we go.
As I was heading to the bathroom. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
I know.
for a fact that I couldn't find myself in a relationship with somebody that already has a kid.
Exactly.
Because I know for a fact that me and myself, I want to start a family of my own one day, but it's hard for me to step into a family as it is. You know? I don't want to. I personally, I wouldn't say that I'm a bad role model, but I'm not trying to be a role model for somebody else's child.
Exactly. Like,
You know
at
what
this
I mean?
age, at age 24, or however old you guys are, like, not much far off.
Yeah.
But you want to do your own thing. You want to take this time to, but like at the age of 21, when I got pregnant, I made that executive decision that I was going to give up that lifestyle to do what I had to do.
Yeah.
And not everybody aligns with that, and I totally get it. But it's just, I hate the people that aren't upfront about it.
You're 24?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
September 30th.
Okay, makes sense.
I was the youngest in our class.
We got that out of the way.
Nice.
Alex. Alex hit me.
All
Don't
right.
hurt me though. Don't break my
Next
fragile
turn.
heart.
I'm not going to hurt
Don't
you.
break my heart.
So, Sean
My
Michelle...
achy, breaky heart.
Sean Michelle also wanted me to weigh in on why I think Nick cannot find or retain a woman, and this is gonna sound corny as fuck, but there is nothing wrong with Nick.
Oh god.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with
Stop.
Nick. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know this though.
You know.
You have
right.
a lot to offer.
I do.
There's nothing wrong with you. And
Ladies.
it's just you haven't found your person yet.
Yeah.
And that's all it comes down to.
No, see, the only thing that I hate about Nick is that he.
Ronnie.
What the
the
what's
only thing
that
I hate.
God.
No, the only thing I hate about Nick is he doesn't believe in himself.
Yeah, there's a lack of confidence there.
That- I
I
agree
get
with
it
that. I agree with
because
that.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm always there. I hated myself when I was 130 pounds.
Yeah.
I hated myself when I was 230 pounds, and now I still hate myself at what 160, whatever. The thing is yeah, regardless, I hate myself. I get it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I honestly and truly believe there's nothing wrong with Nick. He just hasn't found that right person yet.
Thank you.
And it doesn't
Throw a
help
lot
that
my
we
way.
just have lived in the smallest of towns, and there's a
3,000
lot
people,
of
you know?
shitty people,
Yeah.
and that's what.
And you work.
Um,
You work at home. Like
I do. I
you
work
don't.
from home.
You don't
so-
have much a chance to go out. And meet
I think,
people.
you know, and it's funny because, like, I'm always, anybody that really knows me, and if you're going to listen to this and you don't know me, get to know me, because I like I said, I'm pretty
literally
cool.
one of the best fucking dudes you guys will ever meet.
To keep it funny and lighthearted, you know, it's just like, I'm at a point where my inside personality doesn't match my outside, you know, and I don't make enough money to a point where it doesn't matter for most women. Which is fine, you know, I get that, and it's not a negative, it's mostly like a motivator. It's like, hey Nick, get in the gym and be the guy you are on like the inside, you know, and portray it and
On
then
the
show it on
outside.
the outside. And that's just my weighing in on it, you know, like I do agree with you, you know, I was sitting back and trying to answer this question to myself, and I couldn't think of it, you know, I never put myself on a pedestal. I'm a very modest guy, and when it comes down to it, I can't really think of a solid person that doesn't enjoy my company, and I get it all the time, you know, that they enjoy having me around, that I'm a fun person to be around, you know, I make friends very easily, and not just like, you know, move along friends, you know, I do build lasting relationship with people,
Yeah.
and I just think when it comes to like the whole women department, it's literally a position where my physicality doesn't meet my personality. You know, which is something you could change aesthetics. So it is a motivator as opposed to a hindrance. So
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's a year down the line, watch out because nobody's getting numbers when I come through.
Well, and that's what happened with me, though. Like, Ronnie, specifically, because we graduated together, knows what I looked like in high school. It's been a come-up.
Yeah,
Like, 100%.
that glow up big.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, when I was in high school, I was getting shit on, essentially, and then I got my braces off.
Time out. So you can't throw me as an example because to me, because obviously we hung out in high school, and then we didn't talk after high school up until like maybe like half a year ago.
Yeah.
So like, so I don't know. Don't yell at me, but
Oh, God.
to me, you look the same as you did in high school, and like
Really?
yes. And
No way.
and
No
you don't
way.
look-
No
I
way.
swear to
Not
God, I
at
swear to God,
all.
like, you don't look bad. Like you look great, but
You know, oddly
you
enough, I
don't
could agree with
like
Ronnie
honestly.
more
You
than
don't
just
like you
friends.
don't look
You
that much
really
better
don't.
in
When I
high
saw
school.
you, I knew
Maybe
you.
it's because I've known you for 13 years of my life. Well, whenever the fucking movie, second grade, right?
Yeah, second
I
Now
don't
we're
grade.
remember.
dropping
How
dates
the
and
fuck
shit.
do I remember?
Yeah, why did you remember that? But yeah, it was second
That's
grade.
weird. But yeah, second grade, you moved here in second grade, and you honestly look the same. Maybe because we square danced for fucking how many fucking years in a row. Like I don't know.
We were always square dancing
Literally
partners.
every fucking year, we end up being square dance partners. But like that's not the point. Like to me, like she looks the same, and she looks great. She doesn't look worse. She doesn't look better. Like she looks great.
So you haven't changed.
You have, but like
No,
you're
I
not,
think you
and
have.
you're
I
not,
think you have.
and
Thank
you're
you.
not,
Like-
you're not bad. Like you're perfect. Like so, any dude,
Aw.
any dude that
Ronnie's like right in the field right now.
I know, my heart is.
I've been drinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's why.
Any dude,
Sober
any
Ronnie's
dude,
different.
Any dude that talk to you should be pleased to have, like, being able to even have a conversation with you. You know what I mean?
No, but
So
like
that's the way you gotta think about it in your head.
what I was getting at is that in high school, like I got made fun of a lot.
No, yeah,
It was mostly because
same.
of the braces until senior year,
Yeah.
and like the haircut and like whatever, you know, like the bullshit.
Did you have
but like after I graduated, it was the dudes that all made fun of me that came around, and I was
Yeah.
like, nah, fam,
Not
nope,
happening, homie.
nope.
I know I need a soldier. But yeah, if we're on that topic, you know, like high school me, it's funny because like high school me and me now, they're two different people. You know,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, like,
I
if
feel
I
it's a
go-
whole different podcast.
yeah, if I go back
I
to
get it.
hold on, if I go back to high school me, I could see totally why I'm undateable. You know what I mean?
Why?
Because it was high school me.
Yeah, but it doesn't make none. You didn't elaborate. on
Oh,
anything, but why?
there's no elaboration to get to. I was kind
Tell
of
us,
like
tell us.
I could have been
Please
really
tell us.
good, but I also could have been like a douchebag, and that makes sense.
That's nothing. Tell us.
Ronnie,
You're not
that's-
elaborating on anything.
That's another.
You're being
podcast.
very, very
another,
vague.
that's another podcast, Ronnie.
Oh,
How's
when
that?
I say it, nobody
I
fucking
I
agrees
agree
with
with
me.
you. I agree with you.
But you know, I think the fact of the matter is, see, I can't even say that, you know, because I'd be speaking for every guy. But I think men today due to wow, we're getting really real. Sorry, people, the laughs are done.
No, they're not done. They're still there.
If we get really real, I think the way men have been portrayed, especially this generation coming of age, it's in a sense to be, like low-key predators while feigning sincerity. You know, because to them it's part of the game. You know, we see it in like TV all the time. You know,
No,
the guy
you're
comes
right,
around
you're
and he's
right.
just like, he's so understanding and you can relate to him, but all he wants is to get in your pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, then you get
And I
these
think
things-
that's emulated.
Yeah, you're right.
You
and
know?
then you get these things of like, oh, like I know, like a lot of like us, like people who graduated like 2010, whatever. You get those things like we understand it, but like you get these Vines, like actually it's not even Vines anymore because I shut down. But like you get things like, oh, hey, send nudes, or like people drop a wrench and like it spells out send nudes, or
Oh,
like you're eating cereal and it spells out send nudes and like what are we eating? But
It-
it corrupts the younger people. I'm like, oh, hey, girls should send me nudes and that's it. That's all.
Yeah, I should be an alpha male,
Yeah,
low-key
Yeah.
predator, and that's not how to
Just
be.
like
And I've
send
never
my
been
dick
that
right
way.
away and then I'll get
Yeah.
nudes right away.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, just because since we're talking about it, out of curiosity though, before I even get deeper into what I want to say, what you guys went back and forth. Why do you think that I can't find Eric? By the way,
Dude,
what's
because
wrong
you're.
with me.
I can't even. I wasn't
You're his
expecting
brother.
to talk about you. Jesus, you want me to talk about this on the podcast?
Give it to me.
You have a really warped sense of humor. And it only works. It only works
Absolute
with certain. It
facts.
only works with certain people, and the don't give a fuck mentality isn't what women really appreciate. Sorry.
No, that's rude. You're right. You're right. You're right though.
They don't,
And you know
you
what
know?
the problem is? It's not like I don't give a fuck either. You know, all right, I'm about to get really fucking deep, and to do that, I have to stand up and I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. But my biggest problem, and yeah, my warped sense of humor definitely doesn't help at all. My biggest problem, I think, what it really does come down to women is I have an issue with getting closer to women, and the reason I got an issue with getting closer to women, and I've analyzed this back and forth. And it really comes down from my childhood, believe it or not, all the way back to elementary school.
You've actually learned recently. Just
I was telling you about this last night, but yeah, no, it goes back
Somebody
to
touch your
elementary
penis?
school.
We have to
No,
talk
it
about
wasn't
that.
like that. Look, there was
That's
a
off
game.
microphone.
It started. We were playing this game on the playground, right? And it was like catch. You know what I mean? You ran around, you caught somebody. You know, they're supposed to go to like whatever corner. So I catch this girl, and you know, I thought I was just playing the game. You know, I held her on the spot. I was like, I'm winning. And then, you know, the call doing office later, it's like, you can't do that. Ruined my conception and my perception on how to actually interact with women. So from that point forward, I really didn't, you know, mess with women at all. I had a problem getting closer to women because I didn't understand how to get closer to women. And then I hit a really bad depression. And then when I hit that depression in my teenage years, I spent a lot of time alone and I lost really a lot of emotion. And then it was one of those things where I couldn't, you know, relate to people because like you said, introverted.
Yeah.
Very introverted.
Very.
You know? So it's one of those things where small talk is very tedious to me, and I'm a big existential speaker. And yeah, my jokes are really crude. And don't get me wrong, like my sense of humor is really warped. And yeah, that's a little bit to be a taste to be acquired. But you know, I'm not a bad guy. But the problem is that I can't get close to people because I don't understand boundaries that well. And I may be in the right, or I may be, you know, that I don't do anything wrong because I don't understand them that well, so I'm too afraid to overstep them. And that makes me really afraid to get closer to people.
That makes sense.
Because
Makes
I'm
sense.
afraid of overstepping a boundary
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
And then that becomes an issue with me. You
It's
know what
kind
I
of
mean?
it's kind of like, you know, you hit your 20s and you're just thrown into the ether of the world,
Yeah.
and none of it is like you expected it to be.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I guess.
because you know, like I said, what is it? Hint on the next one. Like I said, I was in a solid relationship 5 years, from teenage to almost mid-20s. That ended, and the shit's different.
Yeah.
Like, you know, dinner and movies don't cut it. Living with your parents doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's
Exactly.
a whole
I
level of
totally
that,
feel
and
that way.
it has nothing to do with character anymore. It has to do
with what you have to
with
give.
what you have to give, and
You're
that,
right.
and there's nothing wrong with that. That
You're
makes
right.
sense.
Well, hang on, because
That makes sense.
I get where you're coming from, and that definitely has a lot to play in it, because it's one of those things where it's like I want to get closer to people, but at the end of the day, it's like hard for me to get closer to people. because
Eric's
then
just
I
getting
think-
real personal.
Yeah, no, here we go. Here we go. End of the podcast. You know, I don't
know if we're done yet.
A lot of people know a lot about Eric.
Thanks, Sean Michelle. You did this. You
Yeah,
brought
you
this
did
on
this.
us.
Yeah.
You did this.
It's hard for me to. See, you gotta stop my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's just, you know.
I do want to weigh in on 2 points though. I know all of you like relatively well,
Pretty well. I would say pretty,
pretty
well.
well.
I would throw
I
the,
would say
I would throw
that
the
at that
pretty in
point.
there.
but I actually asked one of my exes the same question, and it was why do you think that I have trouble? And he basically said the same exact thing as you, which
Yeah.
is saying something, because he knew me on a romantic level as opposed to a friendship level.
Yeah.
And it was basically that I want so badly for things to work out for me that
Okay.
I intimidate people.
Yeah.
Because it's a strong personality
Yeah.
thing.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
And I don't think there is either.
Yeah, there is like some dude out there who
Will match my affection at some point.
And let me tell you, he's out there and he skis the Alps and hangs out in Hong Kong, doing whatever, and it is just right for you. He has like maybe a Swedish accent, why not?
maybe,
You know?
maybe.
Like, and he's there. It's just a matter of like, sorry, people of Penardra, Wind Gap, and Plainfield, but like you're not that person. You
Exactly.
fed too much
And-
into the social construct of things.
And that was the other point that I wanted to make. I feel like a lot of people hit me up, like I told you, you've
Yeah.
seen how it works for me. But I feel like a lot of people hit me up and expect that I have my internet personality.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm going to admit it right now, mainly for entertainment purposes.
And it's great. We
And it's
love it.
fantastic. And it's not really me.
Yeah.
Like, it's like down, like, I was talking about this with somebody else actually, and I have walls that are like 15 feet high, and my friends can get past those.
Yeah.
But like romantically speaking, it is very, very difficult.
You gotta be
for
at least
this
you,
tall
you have
to-
to you have to be a professional rock
Yeah.
climber.
You got to be this
to,
tall to,
like-
ride this ride.
Exactly, and that's why I admit to people that I'm a lot. And
Yeah.
they don't get it because they think they've experienced a lot. They think they've experienced the intensity, but they don't realize it
Get off.
at all.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I got a complicated mind, but a very simple heart. But the complicated mind is what builds those walls.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know?
100%.
And the funny thing is, like, I'm complete opposite. I have no walls. I am I'm just me. Like, I couldn't be anybody else.
Nope,
Well,
I have
and
a
that's
lot of
and
walls.
that's why
Yeah,
you
people
and you guys.
and I think that's why people like there's this expectation, and like I told you earlier, dudes expect girls to be all like corny and like
Oh, yeah.
and me being this person that can remove myself from that situation.
Yeah.
But when I actually feel something, that intensity, I can't change it. If I like you, regardless of if you like me back or not, or if feelings are mutual, or if you're into me, I'm still going to feel the same way about you. And I'm not going to pressure you to change your mind
Yeah.
about me, but I'm always going to be in your corner.
Yeah.
And I explained that to you.
I've heard,
yeah.
you've told me, like, verbatim. Like,
Exactly,
yeah, where you're
verbatim.
coming
I
from.
will always be in someone's corner
Yeah.
regardless. So it's like, while some dudes expect this emotional, like, cheesy Disney bullshit.
Which, in a sense, like, it isn't, because I feel like we're, like, it isn't, like, I'm a man, I like romance. I think, to me, a level of that is cool.
yeah.
Like, it's attractive,
Absolutely.
the whole knight in shining armor thing. Maybe it's
Yeah.
just because I grew up watching how that goes, and done right, it makes for a good relationship.
Yeah.
But that's not the world.
You know,
That's not the world.
I just gotta say, just touching back on something that kind of just has been kind of going on my mind here. You said that it's like I don't care attitude. To be honest with you, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I don't care for no reason. You know what I mean? And that's an
Whoa.
issue.
Whoa.
That's pretty crazy.
You know what I mean?
Dropping the hard ones.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, it's just
So-
it makes things a lot
Yeah.
a lot more difficult for me because
Yeah, that's so. Thank you, Sean Michelle, for for killing the vibe.
Yeah,
Should
we
I-
should probably wrap this
Yeah,
up
should
though.
I-
Yeah,
You want me to- you want me to
we're
roll this
running
out?
it.
Yeah,
Well,
well-
let's,
Yeah, alright.
wait. Last comments. Anybody? Last comments
Anybody?
on what we did?
Hey.
Because I have a couple.
Okay.
I think this was fun.
I
Great
do too.
experience. Thank you, everybody that submitted questions. I definitely think questions to be something we do again.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
that was a good one. Like I was telling Alex before we started, you know, everybody came in hard. You know, I had expected, like, well, what do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies? And everybody was just like anal on the first date. You know, like they went all in right away.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Can't wait to do this again, people.
Yeah.
Same.
No
Anybody
doubt.
else?
No doubt in a
Anything
minute.
Nope, that's
No?
about it.
So Eric, you want to
Alright,
wrap us out?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey guys, just letting you know that we're 30-day trial and we'll hope to see you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, please tune in. I'm sorry that this video lasted so long and I hope you guys listen to it to the end, but I mean,
And if you
we'll
don't,
be back on
you're
Wednesday.
gonna miss this.
You know what I mean?
So,
I hope you'll
Thank
listen to
you.
the next one.
I'm Nick,
I'm Eric.
I'm Alex.
I'm Ronnie.
and we'll talk to you.